What's going on, Star Wars friends and fans? I'm Star Wars Only. You already know what this is. We're doing the film commentary for Return of the Jedi, Episode 6 in the Skywalker Saga. This is my personal favorite Star Wars film, or if not my favorite, it's like number one or number two. I mean, it's pretty much up there. And I'm excited to do this one because I haven't seen it all of 2019. So I'm excited to watch it. I'm watching it on Disney Plus. It's got the 4K stuff going on. So I kind of wanted to see what that would look like with this film from 1983. And I'm excited. This is, like I said, my favorite one. So if you have Disney Plus, get to the screen for Return of the Jedi, get it ready to go, get the restart button ready, or just get the play button ready if you haven't seen it yet on Disney Plus. If you're watching this with a DVD or a Blu-ray version of the film, go to the 20th Century Fox opening theme song and logo, and that's when the film starts, I believe, with the Disney Plus films. Every single one so far has done that with Disney Plus, so that's how we're going to start it off. If you have it ready in the Blu-ray, pause this if you haven't had it ready yet. If you have this for Disney Plus, we're going to press play at the exact same time, or the restart button. I got it at the restart button because I kind of watched the first few minutes just to get the feeling of it, I guess, or get the really timing set up. So, we're going to start this in about 5 seconds, so get it ready to play if you haven't already. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Return of the Jedi. Let me turn off my light, too. I think these are always better to watch in the dark. There we go. Ba-na-na-na-da-da-da. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. That never gets old. I'm glad they've never changed that. It'd be funny if they did change it up. Here we go with the opening crawl. Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Luke Skywalker has returned to his home planet of Tatooine in an attempt to rescue his friend Han Solo from the clutches of the vile gangster Jabba the Hutt. Little does Luke know that the Galactic Empire has secretly begun construction on a new armored space station even more powerful than the first dreaded Death Star. How original. When completed, this ultimate weapon will spell certain doom for the small band of rebels struggling to restore freedom to the galaxy. Yeah, admittedly not the most interesting opening crawl. Remember the original title for Return of the Jedi was supposed to be Revenge of the Jedi. And Lucas changed it, I want to say, not a few weeks before the film came out, but a few months. Maybe it was a few weeks. I don't know. He changed it pretty last minute. I mean, the film was completed. It was ready to go. There were posters for Revenge of the Jedi. I really want to get a poster myself of Revenge of the Jedi. And, of course, if it got autographed by a few of the original cast members that are still alive, it's depressing to think that a lot of them have passed on. I think that'd be really interesting. It'd be a nice prize in my collection. I'm not a big collector, personally. And as you can tell, this opens up, the opening shot's more or less the same that we get with the original film, A New Hope. Even Empire Strikes Back, it opens up with the villains. You got the second Death Star over there. One thing I love about this film is how much of the villains you get and the kind of character development that you get with them. Specifically Darth Vader, of course. And anything with Ian McDiarmid as Palpatine is always awesome. And this film's a lot different than the past two in terms of who's directing it. It's Richard Marquand, who's the director of this one. I feel like he's gone very almost unknown in the Star Wars community and fandom. People don't really know. Like, when people talk about the original trilogy, and I hate to call you out, a lot of the prequel fans, a lot of the people who are just, pretend to be big Star Wars fans and know about Lucas when they really don't. By the way, this is a matte painting shot, if you can't tell. They always say, like, oh, Lucas was so great when it came to the original trilogy, and it was all him. Basically acting like he sat down and bled the entire original trilogy by himself. No, this film, he had a lot more involvement than he did with Empire Strikes Back, which you'll be able to tell later on in the film. But he still was allowing Richard Marquand a lot of creative freedom. And we'll talk about some of the decisions that they made later on in the film when we get to those certain moments. But Yeah, this one's a different director, a director that I think people forget about and don't know who his name is anymore. And it's unfortunate that he passed away. I really think he'd be interesting person to talk to now in the Star Wars community. There's Darth Vader, David Prowse. He got shunned a lot in this film, mainly by the other cast members and people involved at Lucasfilm. You can tell Darth Vader's suit's a lot cleaner than it was in The New Hope, and there's not any scratches or fingerprints on the helmets or anything. I mean, it looks clean. It looks great. Now, you're not a very forgiving man either, Vader. If he's not as forgiving as you, Jesus. I think that would have been also pretty cool to see. Is the Emperor being as cruel as Vader, killing off certain Imperials that aren't doing the job right? Now, this originally wasn't going to be the opening sequence to um, the introduction of our main heroes, I guess, is what you would call it. It was supposed to be, at least on Tatooine, it was supposed to be Luke Skywalker building his lightsaber, constructing his lightsaber. But they decided the reason they should, kind of show off later in the film, and I think it was a very good editing choice, is that it's a bigger reveal when they do show it off because it's kind of like, oh, there's his lightsaber. Oh, it's green. I mean, you got to remember when the trailers are coming out for this, they didn't know that it was going to be a green lightsaber. They thought it was going to be blue. The trailers had it as blue. The reason it's a green lightsaber is because we'll talk a little bit more about it when a scene happens, but it's hard to get that blue color with the background having sand in the background, all the brightness that goes on. It's easier to see the green lightsaber than it is the blue. C3PO. I'll tell you one thing though. I don't know if it's the Disney Plus 4K thing or if it's just the film holding up still, but it looks really fucking good. Like I say a lot with the original trilogy, is it looks real. I mean, it really does look like a real. I mean, it is a real place. So a lot of this stuff is actual sets they built, but it looks extremely realistic. Those things always freaked me out when I was younger. Like I never liked the way they look. Ne warawanga. He's funny. Damn, he's real tall. I didn't even realize that. No, he's insulted by that. Look at all that, like, not even slime. It's just like drool and snot dripping down their faces. It's ugly. And there's Jabba. You guys got to remember, in 1983, when this film came out, Jabba had never been seen on screen before. The special edition that you had with A New Hope, where it showed Jabba, it wasn't there. So it was, in my opinion, a better reveal having Jabba show up in this film, this kind of badass gangster. Oh, he's not really badass, but he's just a big gangster. Mafia style. I didn't realize that there was a Jawa fanning him on the side. That's funny. It's another thing this film does really well compared to a lot of the newer films is that Jabba's palace, it's kind of like another cantina scene where a lot of cool aliens. My boy Luke. Hmm. Salacious crumb, ugly little motherfucker. He's no Jedi. Yeah, it's weird that he says that he's a Jedi Knight, but I'd argue he doesn't become a Jedi Knight till the very end. Even Yoda says something along those lines, if I'm correct. Oh, there's Han. That little alien on the right that was looking at him was part of the special editions. You can see a few of the special edition changes that happen in this. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Some of them stick out like a sore thumb. I never got this part. It's a droid. How's it feeling pain? Why is this hurting it? Damn. Mm-hmm. I'll admit there's some parts of this film that are a little more boring than others. This one has a lot of really high highs in terms of story and character, really great moments. But it also has some pretty low lows. I feel like it has more low lows than any of the other original trilogy films. I like the music they're playing. I'd go to a party like this. I mean, let's be honest here. Seems fun, except for oh god, this part though. Ooh, dee, day. Why was this needed, George? God damn. There's Boba. Ah, all up in your face with that lip. There's my boy. Oodie ba ba. I don't even know what the fuck he's saying. Ha! Oh, it's so cringe. The Twi'lek dancer right there. She actually came back in 1997 to do this scene again. I dressed her up and everything. Still looks great for what was it? It wasn't 20 years. It was like 14 years later, right? And the part's kind of cool too because it adds some mystery to the monster down there that killed her. It's like, ooh, what's down there? Ah, that big old ugly tongue of Jabba. There's Chewbacca. Damn, that's a double what he was gonna pay. What the hell? Hmm. Boba getting all the hoes. I'm gonna notice how Boba pulls out his gun. He's like, I'm gonna shoot that out of your hand before that goes off, you bitch. Jabba's a good negotiator, that's for sure. They ask for double, you meet him halfway. That little blue guy. I'd like to party with him. Boba gives that little nod of approval. Good job. You almost killed us all to get some extra money. 15,000 credits. Oh, there's Lando. He's got to pull down the mask a little bit just so you know it's Lando. You gotta admit, though, the planning on getting into this palace is kind of dumb. Let's sneak everybody in one by one. Here's another special edition shot. Because that was needed. Jabba's palace does look pretty cool, though. I mean, when everything's said and done. When they used like 6 actors, not even actors, puppeteers, if you will, ventriloquists, to basically make Jabba lifelike, make him move. I mean, you got the tongues, you got the eyebrows, you got well, he didn't really have eyebrows, but eyelids and everything, and the eyes, and the tail, and the hands, and everything, and the bottom half of him. I mean, there was like 6 people inside of that big suit making him move around and look real. Even with the bigger budget that went into this film, it still was not ideal making some of the stuff. I mean, everything kind of relied on Empire Strikes Back. Lucas really put all of his money into Empire Strikes Back. If that film did not succeed, he would have been broke. I mean, he would have had nothing. Episode 6 probably wouldn't have happened. But since Empire Strikes Back was such a success, he was able to, of course, finance his own movies like he did with this one and reap a lot of the rewards from it. But this, after Empire Strikes Back, this film got most of its budget from toy sales. And that's why when you watch this film, you're going to see a lot of toyish kind of stuff that was kind of obvious that they're gearing towards the toy market. That's why the original producer for Empire Strikes Back and A New Hope, Gary Kurtz, didn't produce this film. It was a different guy. I can't. God, no, I feel like an idiot for not knowing his name. I know his name. It's just always hard to say. The last name specifically is always kind of slipped my dialect. I guess I'm not really great at pronouncing names. I wonder if the carbonite kept Han from aging. That'd be pretty cool. Put me in if that's the case. Who are you? And then the big reveal. Oh, it's Leia. Someone who loves you. Alright, I'll try. I'll try. That's how I always imagine George Lucas writing some of the love scenes. Like when it comes to Attack of the Clones, where he's like, "Okay, Hayden, you're gonna touch Natalie's back right there. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's hot. That's hot. Keep touching it. Oh, cut. What the fuck? Y'all see the backdrop open up too? That's got to be special edition. That didn't even look real. Bantha fodder. Did I say father or fodder? I don't know. Excuse me. I'm getting a little old, man. I'm coughing up shit. Don't need to be coughing up. Oh man, that tongue. Man, that's ugly. Salacious Crumb's laugh. A Jedi Knight. Illusions of grandeur. Oh, Chewie's such a good friend. I think we'd all like it to have like Chewie as a sidekick. In comes Luke. The part where he chokes them always kind of surprised me when I was younger because I was like, isn't he supposed to be a Jedi? He's using force choke on these poor creatures that are really ugly and don't need to be here. Didn't he see the little Sebulba looking guy crawling on the floor? God, Luke looks like such a badass here. The black hood on him and everything. How is Leia sleeping like that? It looks very uncomfortable. Yes. Yes. Good job, Luke. You've mastered the Jedi mind trick. Ho 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 ho. Yeah, Carrie Fisher. I mean, I'm not gonna say she doesn't look good. I never understood the appeal of the metal bikini and why everybody thought it was really hot. She looks like a girl in a metal bikini to me. It's not like where I'm like, oh yeah, it's so hot. It's just like, oh, that happened. That'd suck though, having a fucking chain around your neck like that, like you're a fucking dog, and Big Boy Jabba just pulling on it. I'm sure there was some sexual appeal to like the reason why Lucas wanted this to happen. Lucas or Richard Marquand, whoever decided on that one. There was a weird discussion on who was really in charge there with the actors. They'd go to George and be like, "Well, George, do I do this scene?" He's like, "Well, I don't know. You know, I'm not the director. Richard's the director. Go talk to him." It's like, well, I get that, but why the fuck are you here? If he's direct, you know. The raincoat. Oh boy, those eyes. White as day. Small. That thing's ugly though. I'd be shitting my pants on the spot. I mean, the second that thing went up, oh, oh God, Jabba, you got a spare change of pants, partner? Probably don't need it when you die. Men shit themselves when they die. Oh man, this part was always cool in the Lego video game, and it's even cooler in the actual film. Ah, gee, it ate the whole thing, like 3 bites. Now'd be a great time to use that lightsaber, buddy. Probably don't really need it. I mean, what are you gonna do with it? Chop off a finger and then pray for the best? Yeah, let me get a bone. Swing it like a bat at this thing. He didn't even fight back. He just got picked up. Oh, Luke. Ugh. Yeah. These parts are kind of dated, if you will. But it was the 80s, my friends. What do you expect? Caddyshack came out like 3 years before this did. Good movie, by the way, too. Caddyshack, man, filmed in the 70s. Everybody was on cocaine. I mean, everybody on that set every day was doing nothing but cocaine. I can't remember the guy's name, the main actor of it though. He like showed up, threw down a big bunch of cocaine and was like, "Where are the women at?" God, I miss the 70s. I would have loved to have been on set every day with those fucking crazy people. Anyways, though, let's talk about Star Wars. Did he throw that with his left hand? Is Mark Hamill a lefty? Good throw. Jabba's all shocked. I spent 100,000 credits on that big boy. You know how hard it is to catch a Rancor? I always felt bad for this big fat boy right here. Starts crying for his dead Rancor. Bring me Solo and the Wookiee. That's stupid of Jabba. They're all gonna suffer for this outrage. I threw this known Jedi Knight down to fight my beast, and he killed it. So you know what? I'm gonna punish him and his friends. It's like the bad teacher you had when you were in elementary or high school. That bad, huh? The dialogue definitely got better. Is that a threat, Luke? You threatening me? In my own house? Oh, God. More special edition shots that are just unneeded. I want to see a lot of the banthas walking in the sand. Why, George? Well, because it's my movie. Kiss my ass. Okay. You're the boss. I wonder if they serve those kind of drinks at Galaxy's Edge. Big light blur, huh? You're gonna die, you know. I want to see him drink that. Is that like a Diet Coke? Oh, what are we kidding? We know Jabba doesn't drink Diet. Looks like a fucking video game. Yeah, that'd be me too. I'd be like, right? Like, I'd have to have a side guy who'd be like, hey, you're gonna back me up on what I say, right? And here comes the little trumpets in the back. All the nods. Use that little wave to R2 and do it now, R2. Oh, he did a front flip. He's about to catch it. He got it, and it's green. See, if it was blue, it'd look a little weird with the desert in the background and whatnot. It's almost a lighter shade of blue too, you know, so like the green really sticks out. Oh, will help, Scream. Gotta have them on every movie. Good job, Lando. You got one guy, and then you basically became a burden. Where's Boba? Good job, Boba. You got your blaster cut in half. Go get him, Luke. Are we about to see the Force kick? And there goes Boba. Yep, Force kick. And there goes the end of everyone's favorite bounty hunter. Man, she's about to choke Jabba. You know how hard that'd be? I mean, a little tongue all sticking up. Maybe he likes it. Maybe that's his thing. Definitely not my cup of tea. I'm not into that choking shit. Fuck that. His little tail waggling like that. Death rattle. That's what the caption says for my screen. A death rattle. Oh, you gotta love it. Nice, Luke. The guy just opened the window and he just threw him out like it was nothing. Yeah, Lando, you're gonna have to crawl, buddy. It's a, ah! Man, it's pretty badass seeing Luke take out all those guys like that. A little higher. Great shot, Han. That was 1 in a million. His eye. That guy got scared. What was your hand doing way up there, Luke? I mean, you're just kind of holding it in the air. No wonder the guy shot it. Run away! I always loved that line. Billy D. Williams plays a great Lando. Excited to see him back in Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Did you guys hear? I didn't want to make a video on it because I just didn't care. But apparently he's like gender fluid now. I mean, okay, I guess. I didn't really know how to feel about it. I was like, bro, what? Why? What's going on here? I think they'd be even about now, come to think of it. Well, I mean, Han saved Luke with the Death Star, and then he saved him again in Empire Strikes Back when he saved his life from the storm. I mean, basically just being on Hoth. And now Luke saved him. That's one. I mean, they're not even, but I'd call it square. Now we're back at the Death Star. Is the Emperor about to show up? Oh shit! Here we go. Look at all those. Look at all those troops. This has got to be a matte painting, right? They're like, yeah. There's no way this ain't a matte painting. This isn't an actual shot. This part's a shot right here. There he is. Your eyes. Skywalker. God, he looks so evil and badass. I love it. And now we're back on Dagobah, wrapping up the story of Luke's training. Here's Yoda. Not Baby Yoda, but Yoda. Yeah, you do look pretty old. Aw, he's gotten sick. uh, Yoda's got such a warmer heart in the original trilogy than he does in the prequels. Yes, you have earned it, my friend. Oh, okay. It's a cool line of dialogue. He can't die. He's like, strong I am with the Force, but not that strong. Oh, yeah, so he's not a Jedi yet. Beta. Don't avoid the question now, Yoda. You know, the only reason they included the dialogue of, like, Yoda confirming that it's Vader is his father because a lot of fans didn't believe back in 1980 that Vader was telling the truth. Isn't there a line of dialogue? It might have been deleted, but there's one that's like Yoda says that Obi-Wan would have told him years ago if Yoda had let him. Damn. Yoda's death is depressing as fuck. Hmm. Well, they didn't include the line of Obi-Wan would have told you years ago if I had let him, but yeah, that's a part of it. And there's a part that was cut out or cut from the script or deleted or something that had that line. Here's Alec Guinness. It was either Empire Strikes Back or this one that he completed all his shots or scenes in a day. Probably this one. Probably both. From a certain point of view, I'd be like, Ben, fuck you, by the way, for that. Sure, I can kill my nephew, but I can't kill my own father. Yeah. Leia. I'd be like, no shit, Luke. How many females are actually in this movie? Now we get to the Rebel Alliance. Rebels! Assemble. I hated that line so much in Endgame. So fucking much. Mm. So is Han and Lando not going to talk about the fact that Lando betrayed him last film? I guess it's just something we'll just leave in the past. R.I.P. my Bothans. R.I.P. my boy, the Admiral Akbar. Yeah, nothing like having a Jedi Knight on your side. This is another matte shot. This one's a little too much. I don't know. I'm not gonna say too much. It's just kind of obvious. Not a scratch, Han. I promise. I'm just gonna knock the satellite dish off the top if you don't mind. Don't worry, Han. We're gonna get the cast together in about 30 something years, and you'll be right back on the Falcon. I promise. I have seen the future, and it is not bright. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. Basically, everything you guys are working for in this one kinda meant nothing in the long haul. Oh, here's the Emperor's throne room. Who are those two guys that he goes and talks to? They just like fellow politicians or something? Part of his bingo club or something? Was that Admiral Piet? Fly casual. I wonder how things would have gone if Luke didn't show up. Like, would the Empire have not known that it was a rebel fleet? Because Vader knows. Luke should have done what he did in The Last Jedi and cut himself off from the Force. Interesting concept. I'll give it that, but we'll deal with that in a few films, won't we? Now, I will admit, my friends, indoors when it kind of gets a little boring. Like the first act, pretty good. Second act, it's a Star Wars film. Third act, though, oh, that's where it's at. It's where, as the kids would say, the fun begins. You like that? Yeah, you like that? Oh man, we're not even an hour into this yet either. At least on my recording for the audio, it says like 59 minutes. Fucking Han. It's me. Chewie. It kind of reminds me of like one of those 90s, 80s film where they're like getting ready to attack a guy from the behind, and yep, he finds out. Step on a branch. Hell, the whole place will hear it. Damn, Chewie, good shot. I forgot about that part. Oof! You see that judo throw Han just did? There used to be an arcade game where you get to play on the speeders like this at like Chuck E. Cheese main event. Good times. This level is hard though. Always crashing into trees or something. Mmm. Threw him and landed him in a tree. I wonder how many bugs would like hit their face. That'd be gross. Oh, and there's two more coming up from behind. On your six, as the cool kids would say. Damn, Luke took that one out pretty fast. I'm gonna be honest, I would have crashed and died in one of these things. As fast as they're going, all the little ins and outs between the trees. Shots clear, Leia. I would have fired at him. It's almost like a little motorcycle. Imagine making a motorcycle that looks like this. That'd be pretty cool. I saw one of these little speeder bikes at a celebration in April. It looks pretty cool. I think there's one for the Mandalorian. I was talking to, what's her name? Andy Gutierrez from the Star Wars show. Me and her were looking at the Mandalorian bike. And, oh, snap, he just crashed into a tree. And that's why you don't text and drive, kids. Me and her were talking about the Mandalorian speeder bike that they had on display. And then we started talking about, naturally, George Lucas. Pull out the lightsaber, Luke. Fuck him up. Oh, yeah. Damn, good timing. Yeah, it would be pretty boring just sitting there waiting for something to happen. Yeah, I'm sure you're going to be the most help here, C-3PO. We know what to do. What are you going to do? Huh? Huh? Oh! There's the Ewok. Wickety. I don't know what his name is. I'm sure someone in the comments is going to be like, you don't know what the Ewok's name is? Aren't you a big Star Wars? Yeah, I don't fucking care about like all the little minute details like that. He's a fucking Ewok. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise you to know that all the Ewoks that were casted in this film were played by little people. I don't want to say midgets because they are midgets, but little people. Little Warwick Davis. Isn't he like 11 in this movie? It's a hat. Homeless people use it to get tips. And if you're in like New York, it's mostly like people performing because they're doing like talented stuff with their talents. I don't know what you would call it other than that. Man, you guys are lucky. Y'all did not get shot with that. Good shot, Leia. You killed your only ride out of there. Wait, how'd they kill the first one? Did he get that little spear and stab the guy's neck? That'd be pretty brutal. Imagine if they went crazy rated R with this film and the Ewoks stabbed the neck and you saw the blood, kind of like Game of Thrones. And then Leia's like, okay, well, you killed him. Let's get in. The Ewoks shaking his head no, takes off the guy's armor and starts eating the motherfucker. Pretty dark, I know, but still. I wouldn't mind. As a kid, I'd be horrified. Like, oh my god! What the fuck is this? It is strange that you haven't. I wonder how much the Emperor is really foreseen. Does he know that Vader's going to betray him? In the end? I really wonder how they're going to bring him back for Episode 9. I mean, Jesus. What an odd outcome. Oh no, I think Leia died or got captured. There was a lot of different story. I can't find the word for it. Possibilities or different outcomes they could have gone for in Return of the Jedi that they didn't. They played it a lot safer. And one of them was specifically having Han, of course, die at the beginning of it, very early in the film. And another one was, what the fuck is that? Is that a goddamn deer? The fuck? Whatever. Another one was something about Luke completing his training as a Jedi. Sorry, I'm gonna move the mic if it sounds weird. And another one was having Leia become the princess and queen of another planet, kind of rebuilding Alderaan, I believe. We all know it got blown up in the first one, but something more emotional with that aspect of it. It felt like Han and Leia took a step back as characters in this one. Their dynamic in the Empire Strikes Back specifically was, them finding their love for each other. And Harrison Ford felt like when it came to Han in this one, it's like he doesn't have a mom, he doesn't have a dad. He's kind of done his part, really. Where do you really take the story for this character? Why not just have him sacrifice himself for the other two? And that would have been really great and really emotional. I think that would have taken the character of Leia in a different direction as well of, she's all alone now. Luke's got to complete his training. And, there's just so many different possibilities you had with this. But of course, we got here the cute little Ewoks. Ewokese is what they speak. That's a fun little language. I'm pretty confident we're gonna get a little bit more of the Ewoks in Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. I think that'll be I don't know. I don't know how that'll work out, man. They weren't really well loved, even with this film. I mean, they're kiddie, you know. They're little corny, childish stuff. They were meant to be not Ewoks. They were meant to be Wookiees, but they didn't have that in the budget even back then. Oh, they all love C-3PO. Forgot about that. I remember in the Family Guy version, they start bowing to him and they're like, "Gold guy, gold guy." I love the Family Guy ones. We should do a commentary on that. It'll probably be like a year or something like that when I get back from my work in Florida. Maybe if I can smoke some herb before I do it, because that'll make it even more fun and funnier for me at least. I don't know about you guys. Because getting drunk, man, I don't know. Getting drunk and watching Star Wars, it was okay with the prequels. But I'm not much of a day drinker, and even drinking itself, a lot of people just drink to get drunk, and I hate getting drunk. Like, I don't mind getting a little buzz. I don't mind drinking for a good time, but getting drunk's a pain in the ass. Getting high is a lot better. But I don't want to influence anyone who's not into partaking of the cannabis luxury, I guess. Yeah, that part wasn't too great of Han. Yeah, Han's a little different in this film too. At least on the Endor planet, he just feels more of a caricature. I don't know how to say it. Caricature. Carrot. Caricature. No, not a character. Caricature. What the fuck is the word? Bro, I could say it so many other times in the past, but I can't even say it now. I'm pretty confident they're filming this like the right way up to make like the shots of what's his name? Luke and Chewie to make them look like they're laying flat, but yeah. Caricature. Fuck, I still can't say it. Caricature. 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 What the fuck is my problem, man? Let's just watch the movie and not worry about my problems pronouncing words. Like, see that shot right there where Chewie yelled? I'm pretty confident they're filming that like right way up. Oh, there's Leia with her changed hair. You know the Ewok that she teams up with. We all know is a little Warwick Davis. When they were filming this, Warwick was 11 years old. And it was actually supposed to be Kenny Baker who played the main Ewok that teams up with Leia. But what happened was the day of filming, Kenny Baker got like, I don't know what it was, like what he had, but he got really sick and was in a lot of pain. And so they replaced him with Warwick Davis, and the rest, as they say, is history. He became an iconic member of the Star Wars community. He's still at all the celebrations. He's always a host or something. And then I had some friends when I was in Chicago for Celebration tell me that, like, I don't know when it was, but they were walking down the street, and he had, like, what's the little thing that, like, the Paul Blart Mall Cop guy rides? Segway or something like that. It said he was riding one of those when he gets around. I mean, he's a really small guy, I mean, of course. And so he uses those to get around. Oh, Luke's gonna use the Force. This part's pretty cool. See him make the 3PO float. Oh, a little baby Ewok too. Ooh, I just threw R2 down on his face. I didn't remember that part. Oh, there's little Warwick. He's about to hug R2. No, maybe not. I don't think I'd mind living with a bunch of Ewoks if they were like chill with me and everything. I mean, they're little fluffy. I mean, they're fucking cute. Let's not act like they're not. They're awfully annoying and corny in hindsight, but I still wouldn't mind like giving one of those little bears a hug. They'd probably skin me alive. Oh, that one's smoking some hookah, or maybe tobacco, or maybe weed. Not a big tobacco guy myself. I don't understand even smoking cigars really. I know with those you don't inhale. It's more of a taste thing. Like that's why you can get like mouth cancer from that or something like that with it. But like if you with the like cigarettes you inhale, weed you inhale, but with tobacco and cigars you just get it in your mouth, get the taste, and just let it out. And there's a way to drink too. I believe it's whiskey and bourbon that you drink with uh, cigars that make it taste a lot better. Oh, look at that one little cuddling up to Han. So I guess C-3PO was telling them the story of like their adventures to get them to help out, hop on board. Oh, they're a part of the tribe. It's great. Luke leaves. He's like, I'm not joining some fucking cult. I got my own. Huh. Han's an asshole. You gotta love him for that. Matter of factly, she died when you were like born, like a few seconds after, both of you. How do you remember she was kind or sad? She was dying. See, Luke's got it right. Of course you don't remember. What's troubling me, Leia, is how come in episode 3 we were born right after our mother died, or right before she died, but you say you remember her. I feel like whoever went and wrote and directed episode 3 didn't realize what happens in episode 6. See how he looks at her when he says, "My sister has it." Apparently, in Rise of Skywalker, Leia teaches Rey ways of the Force, which annoys me. Not the fact that she knows the Force and is teaching Rey. I'm all for that. It's the fact that we're in Episode 9 and we're just now getting that part of the story. And also, why didn't you teach Kylo? Where was this Force Leia in the first two films? I mean, it's just stuff like that where like, what do you mean you know the ways of the Jedi? I'm all for Leia using a lightsaber. I don't give a fuck. Let's do it, girl. Take out the Emperor. Apparently, in Episode 9, before Carrie unfortunately passed away, she was supposed to do that. Like, she's supposed to have a lightsaber in Episode 9. I wonder what color it would have been. Probably. Probably blue. I'd probably keep it simple. Oh, that's pretty cool. The fog that they're going on. Like, you can see Han moving through the smoke, and the smoke moves with him. Damn. You can see the jealousy Han gets. And hey, I mean, as a guy, I get it. Like, you go up to your girl, like, hey, what's going on? Nothing. Uh, okay, you just seem kind of. I can't tell you. Well, you just told homeboy who just left. What the fuck's going on with you two? Like, you know. As the great Eminem said, not a jealous man, but females lie, and boy, that they do. Back to the Death Star. Good. I like the dark side. Oh fuck, no, we're panning down. I forgot about this sequence. Boy, I tell you, man, if I could have a dream come true situation for me in Star Wars, it would be to make the ultimate Star Wars documentary where I get to go back and interview all the directors, the writers, members of the cast, of course, Lucasfilm presidents. That'd be awesome. Charles Weber, the first Lucasfilm president, he's one of the guys who basically saved Empire Strikes Back from being not only over budget, but kind of like having the bank pull the loan on it and everything. This is cool. Vader and Luke meeting. This kind of builds up some tension for the final confrontation. All right, let's listen in. God, this is such a good scene. See, small things like this. Yeah. Anything with the Emperor is always cool, where he's like, he will show you the true nature of the Force. But things like this add a little bit more of the humanity of Darth Vader. That name no longer has any meaning for me and whatnot. It gives you a sense of character that he once had. Good dialogue, man. Good dialogue. And even this part right here, Vader's just kind of out on the ledge, looking, just thinking. Not saying anything, just thinking. You can see the conflict within him, and he's got no facial reactions because it's a fucking mask, you know. But it's still a impactful scene. Hmm. Yeah, I've gotten some heavily guarded places myself. Star Wars Celebration I'm playing. I did sneak into like almost every panel. The Mandalorian, the Clone Wars panel, the Phantom Menace 20th anniversary panel. Was that it? Yeah, that was about it. But those were the big ones. Boy, I'm glad I snuck into the Mandalorian one in hindsight. I use the footage they showed there as a lot of B-roll for my Mandalorian videos. Me and my boy. Warwick Davis said that when he was filming this, if you look, you'll notice like his head turns to the side from time to time, and he says in order to do that, he would watch his dog, listen to sounds like cars passing by or something like that, and he would do that to kind of inquire a question or something like that. And he says he uses that kind of movement to make his character seem more realistic and lifelike, and hey, it works. Mm. Imagine having that conversation back at the base if these guys survive. So what happened? How'd they get in? Well, Frank lost his speeder to a teddy bear. The teddy bears had rope, arrows, rocks, and I guess they killed everybody when we came back. We looked up, and the Death Star was gone. So, yeah, Frank, if he hadn't lost his speeder, the Empire would still reign true, you know? Oh, God. Everyone's gonna be like, that bearded guy's Rex from the Clone Wars. Which makes no sense. Isn't his age, like, doubled? The one of the humans? So, like, wouldn't he be dead by now? I mean, it's been a long fucking time since the Clone Wars, guys. Why does the Ghost Crew, like, apparently the Ghost Crew was involved with this attack run too? Like, why does everything have to be connected like that? Can't they just die? Is that okay? Can't some characters just die? They did their part. Let this be separate from the Rebels show. I really just don't get it. But alright, we're here with the Emperor. I love this part. I love anything with the Emperor. The dark side. You will now experience the full power of the dark side. Or do the Palpatine laugh in the trailer. Fucking weird shit, man. Oh, there he is. Oh, so evil. I like how Luke's like willing to sacrifice himself. Eh, your overconfidence is your weakness. Your faith in your friends is yours. Mm-hmm. He's an ass. Oh, I'm afraid the deflector shield will be quite operational when your friends arrive. Nah, he fucking threw like a football at him and the dude fell off. That was the Wilhelm scream. Did we have one earlier in the film? I don't think we did. Yeah, we did with the Jabba's palace. Oh, here we go. Fuck him up, Akbar. Wedge. Sorry, I dropped my phone. I know that was a loud noise that you had to hear. Stay off your phones during the movies, guys. We're having a good time. Lando knows. It's a trap! It's a trap! Do it, Luke. Do it. No, good for you. God, the Emperor's so badass. That's one of the reasons I'm excited for Rise of Skywalker, just to see him do his thing. I want him to win, just to see how that would go. We know he's not, which sucks, but still. What if 3PO was like, "We're the droids you've been looking for since the first film"? Hmm. Here come the teddy bears of death. What's the point of having all that armor if a fucking arrow can kill you, dude? What if it's like Legolas, where he's like, the armor is weakest right below the shoulders and above the neck, like no, like between the neck and the shoulders, basically the neck. And then Aragon's like, or Aragorn, my bad. Legolas, kill that one, bring him down. Bro, they just kicked two stormtroopers. These Ewoks probably weigh a solid 30 pounds. One stormtrooper just threw one down, like the teddy bear it is. The wings that thing was using to fly, the Ewok reminds me of what's that movie called? Jeepers Creepers. The wings that motherfucker had. You know, that second movie was alright, but that third one was absolute trash. I got real drunk one night about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, and I bought that movie. I was so pissed. It was on Netflix for free. I was like, why did I buy Jeepers Creepers 3? It's for free on Netflix. I didn't even remember buying it. Oh, you know what it was? It was St. Patty's Day. Yeah, I got real drunk that night. Actually, 3PO, this is the perfect time for heroics and grandeur. Catapults! You know who they need? My boy Thaden King. Oh, actually, we're back at the space battle. This is more important and more fun. The director Richard Marquand was not really good with special effects when it came to this movie. He wasn't much of a special effects guy. His films prior to this weren't big blockbuster movies, so it's kind of weird for him to do this and like do a character film and special effect film. So Lucas had to come in and help out a lot, mainly with the second unit, but of course with the special effects and post. Battle Station. Mm. Yeah, I don't know what the rebellion would have done if they had retreated. I mean, Luke likely would have either died or turned to the dark side. It kind of seemed like a do or die situation for the rebellion, anyways. What are you gonna do if they have a second Death Star? I mean, it was fully operational there, but what if they finish constructing it, not construction it? I was gonna say completing it, but I don't know. I mince my words. Damn! He just shot R2. Han knows how to hotwire a car, probably. Oh, one of the little Ewoks died. Wonder how much the fur would do on the market. You gotta think business smarts, my friend. What if Lucas had done that in the 80s? Ewok for sale, like a carpet or something? Yes, the battle begins. Chewbacca sounds like Tarzan, man. Damn, it took like what, 2 shots? Blow the whole thing up? Maybe he should have jumped off before that happened. I would have. Mm. That shot was a little dated. You don't have it. Damn. Right in the shoulder on Leia. I bet you a blaster hurts a lot. Excuse me. I've been shot at before with a gun, but not a fucking blaster. Never been shot either, thankfully. Great shot, kid. That was 1 in a million. Han got blood on his hands? Oh, that's from her wound, isn't it? Here we go to my favorite lightsaber battle ever. Nice little kick by Luke. Hmm. The Jedi only uses defenses, though, Vader. You should know that. So does Luke sense something in Vader that the Emperor doesn't? That's kind of interesting. Mm. Can't have the high ground on him, Luke. He already been through that once. That's why he looks like this. This was such a cool part of the video games for Star Wars. So much space battles going on here. This is, in my opinion, the best space battle that we've had in the Star Wars franchise so far. The iconic Han Solo shrug. It's a meme now. Oh, this next part's real good with Vader and Luke. You know, George Lucas said that the only part that still gives him goosebumps to this day on Star Wars when he rewatches it is when the operatics kick in, when Luke and Vader start going at it in a few seconds. You can even see the lighting on Luke's face. Half of it's dark, half of it's light. He's like, your feelings for your friends are strong. Your sister, a little strong, little too strong, my son. What's going on here? No. Yeah, now Luke's pissed. There's no graciousness when he's swinging that lightsaber. No technique. He's just going at it. Wow. I fucking love that sequence right there. That was so cool. Wasn't even big operatics, just like one guy in the background. Ooh. And the Emperor. Fuck, man, this is so good. Luke gave in to that darkness. And now he's realizing it. You shouldn't have said anything, Emperor. He probably would have turned if you had just kept your fucking mouth shut. Hmm. Now he's a Jedi. He's complete. Jedi. Such a powerful scene, man. I do feel like the explosion of the shield generator should have happened before that scene, though. Give it a little bit more tension. What was crazy about the lightning in episode 6 in 1983 was that you never would have thought he could use that. Like, that's a mysterious part of the Force that we never knew about. I mean, there's so many possibilities you can do with the Force. This is just so badass that he can make lightning come out of his fingertips. I mean, I can't imagine how much that hurt. And just the crackling sound of it, too. Help him, Father. See the smoke coming off his body, too? Jeez. So evil. So dark side. So amazing. Palpatine's face. You will die. Yeah, Luke would have died here if it wasn't for Vader. God damn it, George Lucas. God fucking damn it. I forgot all about that. Oh my god. The fucking no. Ah. That fall was cool, but why does he have to... He's like, no. No. Jesus. It was fine the way it was, George. The note is cringe. It's corny. It takes away from the tension. I was really feeling that scene up until that moment. Go get him, Wedge. Yeah, I know I would have crashed into something by this point. Yep, that would have been me. Right there. There goes the satellite dish. You know what? That's not a bad way to go out. You kind of have to, like, you're about to die anyways, and so you crash into the main bridge and you take down that entire Super Star Destroyer. I mean, I wouldn't mind going out like that if I knew that I'd be taking those bastards with me. Pretty badass. No one's gonna help out Luke carrying Vader. No one's even gonna notice. Hey, that's isn't that the Dark Lord of the Sith? What's this kid doing? Dragging him. Luke, did you get your lightsaber? Don't forget that. It's quite important. You also notice the damage around Vader's mask and body. And there's Vader as Anakin Skywalker. He originally had eyebrows, but they digitally removed them, I believe, for the special editions, make him look less human. Imagine if Luke was like, Annie. And then he looks up, oh, what? That is an emotional death, though. And Wedge is about to make the whole place go boom boom. Damn, those TIE fighters did not do anything to save the fucking Empire. You had them in your sights the whole. I would have started firing away the minute we got into that room. I'd be like, you're not taking down this whole fucking place without me at least getting a few shots in. Wedge got out. Great timing. That's what's great about Lando and Nia and Nubs. They get you kind of feeling it too. You're like, yeah, we did it. Again. Alright, I'm looking for the big piece of that Death Star that's falling. So I can know where it's at in episode 9. She's like, I can feel it in the full. Oh, she does say I can feel it. Oh, fuck, I didn't even know that. Maybe I subconsciously did. He's my brother. Yeah, don't worry about it, Han. She's not into that incest shit. That was only in the last movie. This isn't Game of Thrones. Then Luke gives his father the Jedi ceremony. About to get some of those special edition shots in of the other planets. First one up, Bespin. Look how happy everybody is. The Empire's dead. We're free. I don't know how you guys heard about this, but we're happy. Is that Mos Eisley? It's kind of odd that they'd be partying and dancing it up. There's Naboo. We set free! Yeah, we did it. Coruscant. You can see a throne or a big statue of the Emperor falling in a second. Where's it at? Where's it at? Wait for it. Wait for it. There it is. Yep, falling off on the right side. Everybody's happy. That was in the Aftermath books too. Somebody was like there watching and talking about it or something. And hey, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I like the song that they got playing here. You know, I can't dance or shit, but I'd be dancing here. Around that bonfire, smoking. Look at that, one of the little rebels is dancing with the Ewok. That's cute as fuck. Damn, they're partying with the skulls of the fallen stormtroopers. Everybody's reuniting, really happy vibes. No one knows that in 30 years this is all going to mean nothing because everything went to shit. There's Wedge. My boy Neat Nub. All the scenes kind of give me goosebumps. Obi-Wan, Yoda, Hayden for some goddamn reason. Directed by Richard Marquand. Man, what a happy ending. What a good feeling. Screenplay by Lawrence Kasdan and George Lucas. Story by George Lucas. Produced by Howard Kazanjian? Can never get his name right. Yeah, Gary Kurtz and Lucas split after this. Well, after Empire. Lucas wasn't a big fan of how Gary Kurtz never really was like a lay the hammer down kind of guy when it came to the production cost of things. He kind of wanted to let the directors do what they needed to do when it came to making the movies. But yeah, my friends, that was Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Excuse me. I don't know why I yawned at the end of it, but I think it still holds up. I think it's a really good film. Really enjoyable. It drags on a little bit when they get to the Endor and when it deals with the Ewoks, but Marsha Lucas edited this one. Ironically, well, not ironically, sadly, Marsha and George divorced at the end of this film. Like, right as the film kind of wrapped up. I'm not going to get into that. There's a lot of story behind that I'll talk about later in life. But, yeah, man, that was a good film. I thoroughly enjoyed it. That's the one, for me, that really brings out a lot more emotions than anything else, than all the other Star Wars films to date, honestly. I mean, that really is the Emperor Throne Room. Most of that's just pure epicness in general, but when Luke and Vader go at it, and there's that scene I talked about where Lucas gets goosebumps, that still, like, kind of just, I'm not going to say takes my breath away, but it just makes me kind of go into silence of just, like, I really enjoy watching that scene. The emotion of Vader dying, but not only that, the ending, like the uplifting happiness at the end. I mean, when last I saw this, probably a few years ago, I mean, I didn't like boo-hoo cry, but I kind of had like little bits of tears of joy in it. I guess part of it was nostalgia. I'm not tearing up now, thankfully, probably because we're doing a commentary of it, but like it made me happy. You know, I was like, man, this is a very uplifting feeling at the end of it, that you go on an adventure with these three characters, Luke, Han, and Leia, and you genuinely like the characters a lot more than you would from the prequel trilogy, from the sequel trilogy. These are characters that you're like really connected to and you understand. And so it's really nice to see their story kind of conclude and wrap up in a very satisfying way. So yeah, I really enjoyed that movie. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary that we had with this film. I think it was a very well directed movie. It had its moments from time to time. The pacing was an issue. Good editing, of course. Marsha is one of the best editors of all time, in my opinion. And that's not me just singing her praises because she's a Lucas. I think she is a great editor. But, yeah, really good movie. Right now, I don't know if I'd give it an 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10. Probably an 8.5. Maybe an 8.7 seems most appropriate, in my opinion. It's a really good film, but it does have its problems. And a lot of it, for me, is just, it's one of the better Star Wars films. Up there in the top 3. I don't know if I'd put it behind Empire and in front of A New Hope or behind A New Hope. But like I said, its highs are extremely high, and its lows are a little low and a little boring. But hope you guys enjoyed the commentary that we had for this. Hope you guys enjoyed Return of the Jedi. I'd really like to hear your thoughts about the film in the comments below. I'm hoping you guys made it to this point. If you have, I really have had fun watching all these films with you guys, talking about the films, seeing some of your reactions to them in the comments below, and seeing the positive feedback to it. I know I'm not the greatest at film commentary stuff yet, but this is also just kind of the beginning. I know we'll do more of these in the future of the channel. I mean, no weirdness here with this saying, but StarWarsOnly really isn't going anywhere, I would say, for the next 10 to 15 years. I mean, we're going to be here for a long time, my friends, so hopefully you guys can stick around for the long haul. Up next is Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. I'll try to watch that over this weekend when this video is uploaded. If not, maybe the weekend before. I want to get it out of the way before I see Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. So tell me your thoughts below about the commentary in Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Are you looking forward to see The Force Awakens? And are you excited to see The Rise of Skywalker? I'm Star Wars Only. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see y'all next time, and may the Force be with you always.